I've seen a lot of commentary surrounding Pilates and proximity to whiteness. Pilates is a legacy, okay? People have worked generations to preserve this method of exercise. To even just training an instructor classically through a good program takes 500 hours minimum. Nothing about Pilates is giving cheap. Like, you would never walk into Bottega and be like, where's the diversity?
She honestly sat here and tried to convince us that Pilates is not supposed to be diverse because, statistically speaking, people of color really don't gravitate towards Pilates. We'll probably get the Planet Fitness membership for $5 or $10 a month.
Somebody must have told white women that Pilates, yoga, stretching, relaxation is for them. And whoever that is, I need you to the front. Please go and decolonize their mind and let them know they do not own the practices. And by the way, I need to calm down because when I saw this clips, I was like, you better be kidding me, right? And at the end of the video, you're going to see this other white lady, emphasis white lady, because in this situation, it's only white women that got the caucasity to wake up and say such things on the internet. This other white lady woke up and came to the internet and said, women of color that pass a certain weight, they shouldn't be allowed to be coaches. No, like, I don't want a Pilates coach literally coaching me when she got a gut. So, which skin tone is supposed to train you and a gut is acceptable?
Like, you would never walk into Bottega and be like, where's the diversity? Where's the accessibility? Babe, there is no accessibility. This is Bottega, okay? I want you to think the same way about Pilates.
And not we're comparing forms of health and healing to a designer bag. If you haven't seen her video, go watch it, form your own opinion, but it's completely contradictory, and here's why. One, she agrees with all of the people that she asked to think more critically before they critique Pilates. She agrees with all their critiques, that it's expensive, inaccessible, not diverse, and not inclusive. So what are we thinking more critically about? Number two, it completely goes against her brand. Her brand is to make Pilates more accessible to people via free YouTube videos. If that is the case, why are you posing yourself as a solution to a problem when you don't even think that it is a problem? Third, posting this video does not help her brand. It's not even what people thought she stood for. Posting it is not a good business move, so this hot take just feels like a way of flexing her own proximity to whiteness.
Like, you would never walk into Bottega and be like, where's the diversity? Where's the accessibility? Babe, there is no accessibility. This is Bottega, okay? I want you to think the same way about Pilates. And I know a lot of us.
And what is this slick back navy bean head snake oil salesman talking about? What is she talking about? Are you trying to gentrify exercise? Are you really on my phone trying to gentrify exercise? Pilates was started by Joseph Pilates, some dude that didn't have the means to exercise the way he wanted to, so he did some makeshift stuff and putting together hospital beds and stuff in Germany. What are you talking about? You trying to tell me it's only accessible to rich? It's designer exercises now? We got designer exercises. And then you're going to say, well, it takes 500 hours to become a Pilates instructor minimum. That's what she did, one of them, minimum. Now, who taught you that? Who taught you this? And second of all, it takes 1,500 hours just to become a barber. What you're doing isn't something that you're not. It didn't take 5,000 hours, baby. It took 500. By your logic, my barber charged me 40 to 50 a haircut, which is 30 minutes to an hour. So for your little 30-minute to an hour class that you out here charging $300-$400 for, I told y'all getting work. Y'all out here charging $300-$400 for a Pilates class. This is a class with 10 plus people in it. By your logic, it should cost $15, maybe $20 on the high end. And if you're really good, it should be $30. And it should be one-on-one, since we're going by the amount of hours you put in. Come on now. Think about these things before you post them. In what world are we comparing to exercise on a little machine with some ropes in a chair to handcrafted designer? What is it?
This is going to be an extremely hot take for my Pilates girls. I've seen a lot of commentary surrounding Pilates and proximity to whiteness. as well as disrupting the Pilates space in order to create more diversity and inclusivity. As someone whose entire purpose of my business, my brand goals is about providing accessible and affordable Pilates to a diverse demographic of women. That is what I started all of this on, so let's talk about it. What are some words that you think about when you think of like a really nice designer brand? I think of legacy, think about craftsmanship. I know a lot of the products are probably like handmade. People check them over and over again to make sure the quality is there, okay? The design is there, and that's why we pay top dollar, we pay our top coins for these designer items, right? Like you would never walk into Bottega and be like, where's the diversity? Where's the accessibility? Babe, there is no accessibility. This is Bottega, okay? I want you to think the same way about Pilates. And I know a lot of us who've just gotten into this, or maybe we're new instructors, we haven't been trained. Pilates is a legacy, okay? People have worked generations to preserve this method of exercise. Even just training an instructor classically through a good program takes 500 hours minimum, okay? Nothing about Pilates is giving cheap. That's why things like Legree and Solid Core are more successful, right? They took away a little bit of the craftsmanship of the reformer and turned it into a megaformer. Now are a little bit less experience in training out of instructors. That's okay because now more people can do it, all right? And just to be clear, I am all for the accessibility of Pilates, but I do want some of the Pilates newbies to think a little bit more critically before we come on here talking about okay.
The issue with Pilates Body Raven is that she fully said everything that she believed to be true. Like, she honestly sat here and tried to convince us that Pilates is not supposed to be diverse because statistically speaking, people of color really don't gravitate towards Pilates. We'll probably get the Planet Fitness membership for $5 or $10 a month. So inevitably, we can't really afford alternative options of working out that are pretty much geared to higher scale working class people. And the issue with that is that with Pilates Body Raven, I watched her whole season Love is Blind, right? I think she's season 5. She's season 5. And we honestly like looking at her like, and she's saying how her mom is white and her dad is, and she looks kind of like a certain type of way. We thought that she would be the worst person on earth. We did. Like actively, like if you were there when you were watching her series and you were on Twitter, you were on Instagram, you were on TikTok, we all thought she was going to be who we thought she looked like to be, right? But she ended up being really, really sweet. And then she had her heart broken by SK. And he literally like cheated on her before the altar. So like she didn't even get married or nothing like that. She did take him back, but then it come to find out that he had another person that he was literally dating at the same time that they were dating. So we gave her a lot of sympathy for that, right? But then you have all this good PR. It's been a few years since you've been on the season, and you come on this TikTok app and you talk about classism and why people of lower class shouldn't really be geared towards going to Pilates because we can't really afford it or something like that. That makes no sense. We already gave you a pass, thought you were a nice person. Now I come to find out you're not a nice person. And then she tried to delete the video, and it's mad people who already screen recorded it. I'm just like, when people get a platform, why do you just say anything you think you can say? Like, I don't know why we missed like the cognitive thinking of like really just understanding that you just can't say things that are going to be offensive to some people. If it's going to offend one person, you might as well not say it. Like really speaking from a PR standpoint, right? That's what we're talking about. From a PR standpoint, why would you say that not everybody's meant to go to Pilates? It's like how the woman got on TikTok and she had her whole class shut down and she was like, well, bigger people shouldn't really be at Pilates. You should be at the gym first. What? That makes no sense. She's trying to delete the message out of everyone's head, and she issued an apology video, but it was just like not sincere at all. Like she tried to do the whole organic PR thing and it was just not working. And it's like, you were doing so well. We gave you so much sympathy off the Netflix show. We thought you were a terrible person. You turned out to be a really good person. Just to come to find out that you don't think Pilates is really diverse or shouldn't be diverse because only a certain group of people can really afford to do it. So yeah, and then somebody doxed her and said she has classes in Philly, Jersey City, and New York, and that she lives in Philly. So now people in Philly are trying to boycott her classes. And all this could have been avoided if you just had a better mindset.
For these designer items, right? Like you would never walk into Bottega and be like, where's the diversity? Where's the accessibility? Babe, there is no accessibility. This is Bottega, okay? I want you to think the same way about Pilates.
And no hate to this creator, but I genuinely do not understand what she means by this. And I say that to say, as someone with a marketing degree, that things only have value if someone is willing to put value on it. Meaning, if someone is not willing to pay the price, or someone does not think it's worth it, that means it's not worth it to them. If someone is willing to pay the price and someone does think it's worth it, that means it's valuable to them. It's all subjective. At its core, Pilates was a workout created by a carnival performer in prison. And then it was co-opted by a certain group of people who made it seem like you had to fit in this box in order to do this workout. Like, we're talking about a workout here. I really don't know when affordability and attainability became a bad thing and everybody fighting for the same target audience, when it's like, guys, please, like, I don't know. Let's talk in the comments.
Y'all remember Pilates by Raven, right? The girl that went on Love is Blind. Why the hell did she make a hot take saying that Pilates is for the whites? But honestly, she says hot take on why Pilates is expensive and not diverse. Now, mind you, she goes on to say, you see how you go to Bottega, you don't see diversity. You see how you go to like a designer store, you never see diversity. Like, Pilates is elite, it's expensive because the instructors go through so much time to get their certification or whatever she was saying. And I was like, is she basically saying that Pilates is like for the white people? Like, that's why it's expensive and it shouldn't be like exclusive to everyone because that's when it'd be cheap? And mind you, I'm not the only person who's feeling this way, because her comments are all bashing her. One reads, Pilates was meant to be accessible. That was Joseph's legacy. What you're describing is capitalism. People are like, and you clicked post? You're so weird for this. And hot take equals classist and racist take. Now, people are saying Pilates was created in a prison. It was made to be accessible and then gentrified into a luxury product, which I'm not surprised. And someone saying the laughed after you said Pilates proximity to whiteness. Now, I'm not trying to say that this is what she actually meant, but this is what is coming across. And people are not happy.
Ever walk into Bottega and be like, where's the diversity? Where's the accessibility? Babe, there is no accessibility. This is Bottega, okay? I want you to think the same way about Pilates. And I know
Now, this is a different direction than what I usually talk about. I don't really talk about my fitness journey on this app a lot because I think that when we talk about fitness, it can very quickly divulge into an ableist territory. But watching this video from Raven was actually very disheartening. As someone who quite literally used her videos to regain mobility, I really want to talk about this. So over a year ago, I had a very bad sciatica flare-up. Prior to this, I had been on a fitness journey of like weight training and things like this. And then I was in a very bad car accident and it kind of all like tumbled from there. And in this fitness journey, I quite literally, after all of this happened and I had the sciatica flare up, I quite literally couldn't walk. Like, I couldn't sit. Like, I was terrified because my body had never done this before. Like, I was an athlete growing up. I played sports. I wasn't the best athlete, but I was physically active. Like, that was my life. And to be 24 years old, not able to walk when I had previously had that ability, not able to sit, I had to have like physical support. Like, it was a terrifying and a realization for me. And I started using Pilates as a way to regain like my mobility. Now, part of this was that Pilates was so accessible. I had the ability to go on YouTube. If you guys have ever heard of Issa Welly, I love her YouTube videos. She's a Black woman in the UK. She makes very great and kind videos because after seeing this, don't worry about me watching your videos no more, Raven. Don't worry, girl. But I want us to understand something because I think that Pilates has very, very quickly been gentrified. It has been turned into this white girl, like this white girl activity, rich white girl activity. Like, if you're over 200 pounds, you shouldn't be doing it. And I want us to reiterate, at this point in time, I think I was like 270, 280, like 270 pounds, 280 pounds. I literally regained my ability to do things by doing Pilates. I pole dance now. Like, I take dance classes now. I weight lift now. Like, I regularly stretch. I'm working on being able to do a full split, which is something I've never been able to do. because of Pilates, because of how much it has physically helped me to regain my mobility along with walking. It's made me enjoy working out. It's made me enjoy being physically active. And people like Raven making videos like this is why people have such a negative opinion. When, in my opinion, I think Pilates is one of the most transformative thing women, and especially Black women, can do for our bodies. We're so often taught to just allow for pain and discomfort to just be a natural part of having a body. Like, we're taught to just exist in the pain and not really do anything about it, when there are genuine ways that we can be rehabilitating ourselves. Joseph Pilates, when he created Pilates, his intention was to help former dancers rehabilitate their body, was to try to figure out, with having access to nothing, how to still get a good quality workout in that actually helps and supports your body. I am very disappointed in this video, and I think that I know like it can be difficult, but I think we really need to take this time to reclaim these things. Like, reclaim them for what they were intended for, because this whitewashing of what I think is a crucial tool is something that is like unforgivable. Like, I genuinely think she should be ashamed. And again, if you're actually, let me put up her YouTube on here. This is Issa Welly. Please go watch. You can see I've rewatched so many of these videos. You can rewatch videos. You can add weights. Like, she makes it so accessible. She has so many videos, so many beginner videos. Like, and she is so kind in her videos. Like, whenever you're doing a workout and she's like, if you need to take a break, but you got this, you can get back in. Like, she is so kind. So obviously stop engaging with Raven, because she don't like a diverse crowd. Because to compare Pilates, that again is meant to be accessible to I don't even know what that brand is for real. What did she say? Bottega? Whatever the fuck. Do they sell food? Do they sell clothes? I don't fucking know.
But I really care about supporting women.
This woman was going viral because of her Pilates take on how it was expensive and not diverse, but I don't think anybody told her about where and how Pilates was actually made before she made this video here.
Where's the accessibility? Babe, there is no accessibility. Okay? I want you to think the same way about Pilates. And I know a lot of us who've just gotten into this, or maybe we're new instructors, we haven't been trained. Pilates is a legacy. Guys, to even just training an instructor classically through a good program takes 500 hours minimum. Nothing about Pilates is giving cheap.
So Pilates was actually made in prison by an ex-prison camp inmate named Joseph Pilates. It was designed to be accessible, not exclusive. And some people treat it today like it's a designer brand, but that's not the method of Pilates. That's their marketing. And she's saying this because she charges her customers a certain fee, and she wants them to feel like they are paying the right amount, even though it's an exorbitant amount, for something that you can just do at home with very minimal investment. So no, Pilates is not expensive. It was just rebranded that way. And the truth is, it was created for everyone.
Interesting. So it's been brought to my attention that Pilates is the new Bottega bag. Yeah, let's talk about it. So this TikToker that goes by the name Pilates Body Raven got on here and was talking about how Pilates is exclusive, and if you want affordability, go do Legree. He then goes on to use the analogy of a Bottega store, saying if you walk into a Bottega store, you're not expecting diversity. Like, come on, it's Bottega. Which I'm just like, what? What are you even talking about? Now, as somebody who took a Pilates class in college and missed a lot of the classes because they were 8 a.m.s and I didn't want to get up, I had to write a lot of papers on Pilates for every class that I missed. So I know a few things. And one thing for certain is that Pilates was definitely created in a prison camp by Joseph Pilates. And he designed it as a way for injured soldiers and everyday people to be able to move around and recover. It was never something that was supposed to be exclusive. It was accessible to everybody. So Raven's take on Pilates Pilates being exclusive is literally problematic because it's buying into this like whitewashed version of keeping Pilates exclusive. The truth is, Pilates was made for accessibility. It's the new branding that these people are going on with that makes it feel exclusive, not the practice itself. Oh no, Pilates is not your Bottega flex. It's a practice that's supposed to be accessible to everybody. And anyone saying otherwise, especially her, just shows how deep this like wellness as a status symbol has truly gone, to be honest. Because Pilates is not your purse, babe.
It's 2025 and we shouldn't be colonizing Asian people practices. Because clearly, this white woman is not trying to tell us that stretching and Pilates are white people inventions.